That down. Let's move on and talk about this, shall we? Now, Agatha All Along. They announced that it was coming. I was personally excited by the news because I love Catherine Hahn, number one. I love her. She will always be her character in Parks and Rec to me. But I love her. And I thought she was great in WandaVision as Agatha. And I thought Agatha was a really interesting character. So when they announced that they were going to be doing an Agatha series, I was like the only guy around that liked the idea. Like I was actually really quite surprised how many people were kind of like pissing on it. I thought it was a good idea. Anyway, I didn't know how good the show would actually be, but the show came out and it was much better than I thought it would be. Like I thought it could be good, but I thought it was actually really good. And it did one of those rare things of a show where every week the viewership went up and up and up and up and up. Unlike a number of other Disney Plus shows where week after week, I'm looking at you, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Acolyte, where every week the viewership went down and down and down. But they were sounding kind of insistent that this was going to be a limited series and they weren't going to do any more, which didn't make a lot of sense to me. But now, according to a new report, it looks like Agatha is indeed getting a season 2. And we're getting it from what has been a fairly reliable place to get this kind of information. Anyway, CBR writes the following, talking about in a headline written, Agatha All Along Season 2 getting an exciting update. It says this: after delivering one of their highest rated MCU shows to date on the platform, production plans have now been revealed for the next season of the popular Disney Plus Marvel series Agatha All Along. According to a new report from Production Bulletin, Season 2 appears to be confirmed. Now remember, confirmed is a word that you shouldn't use unless the studio itself says it. I'm just going to say that anyway. Appears to be confirmed thanks to a newly released production information. This coincides with recent rumors that Season 2 is very close to being greenlit. According to the new report, Agatha All Along, a spin-off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's WandaVision series, is reportedly set to begin production on Season 2 in the fall of 2025, nearly 1 year after the premiere of its first season on Disney+. This may surprise many fans as it comes after months of waiting for an official announcement from Marvel Studios following the final episode of the first season on October 30th. All right, so things like Production Weekly, production billings and all that kind of stuff, and Production Bulletin, I mean, are not necessarily scoop breaker things. Like these are not places that break scoops, but they often, for the industry, list when things are going into production. And we have actually a number of times through the years picked up on things that have come from either Production Bulletin, Production Weekly, all that kind of stuff. And the vast majority of the time, not every time, but a vast majority of the time, it actually ends up being real and it ends up being true. So let's go with that for a second. Understanding that we got to take it with a grain of salt that Marvel itself, Catherine Hahn, nobody associated with the show has said this is official. So keep that in mind. But let's say it is, and they're going to be doing it. I love it. Listen, I really loved the first season. I don't think it was as good as WandaVision, but I thought it was one of the best things Marvel had done so far. I thought it was a very different change of pace for Marvel. I thought the way they started tying everything together at the end, as they started flashing back to all different things that were said and happened, you realized it's all tied together later on. I thought it was brilliantly put together. I loved Death. I thought, who was it that played Death again? Aubrey Plaza?
Yeah.
I thought Aubrey Plaza in this was great. I thought her and Catherine Hahn, a little Parks and Rec reunion. I thought her and Catherine Hahn's chemistry was wonderful. I wasn't big, listen, I got to admit, as somebody who liked the show a lot, I wasn't really big on ending with Ghost Agatha. I thought that was a little cheesy. To be honest with you, whatever. I love the ending overall, but the little ghost thing, so...
Did the ending leave... Because I haven't finished that series, but did the ending leave you wanting more, or do you see it going anywhere from how they ended it?
Yeah, it did leave me wanting more because it kind of ended with, Wiccan and Ghost Agatha teaming up and saying, hey, let's team together and we're going to go out and find your brother, the other one that disappeared from WandaVision. And so it kind of set up a season 2 if they ever decided to do it, but they kept insisting it was still just going to be a limited series. Here's what I hope. I hope that if they do indeed end up doing this season 2, I hope the very first thing they do, like in episode 1, is Agatha gets her groove back and she gets a body. Because I don't know, maybe I'm not giving it a shot, but I don't want to see spectral Agatha. Woo, like going, I want to see physical body, real Agatha. So hopefully they'll do that. And if they do, great. And then maybe they find her brother, maybe they don't, or Wiccan's brother at any rate. Maybe they don't. But again, I just think when you looked at the ratings of it, the fact of how popular it became, how it just, the ratings went up and up and up and up. I think it would be silly not to follow this up. I really do. It was received well critically. Obviously, the audience turned out for it. Why not? I just hope if they do it, they approach it with a solid idea. The first one was great. Come at it with a solid idea and then kind of go from there. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. Hey guys, it's John here. You know, as kids, we're always learning new things, whether it's how to ride a bike, play an instrument, or even ace that math test. But as adults, it seems like we lose a bit of that natural curiosity. When was the last time you learned something new just for the fun of it? Like new skills, a new language, or maybe just how to finally beat your best friend at that game. You know, therapy can be a fantastic way to reconnect with that sense of wonder. It's like going back to school, but this time it's for you. It's about learning new coping skills, setting boundaries, and empowering yourself to become the best version of you. And the best part, it's not just for those who have experienced major trauma. It's for anyone looking to grow and learn more about themselves. If you've ever thought about starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's completely online, making it super convenient and flexible to fit into your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a quick questionnaire and you'll be matched with a licensed therapist who fits your needs. Plus, if things aren't clicking, you can always switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. So rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. Take the first step to being your best self. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? According to reports, they've kind of already got the wheels going on Agatha season 2. Did you enjoy the series? Not everybody did, and that's totally fair. I personally thought it was really quite good, very different for Marvel. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.